Okay. Hi everybody. Shit. Technical difficulties, but we move. Yeah, man. Tibbs back with another episode. I know it's been a long time. It's been oh so long, man. Oh so long. Just my viewers. Um, it's been too long, man. It has been way too long. But yeah, I'm back with another episode of Tibbs on PTM Productions, man. Yes, it's me. It is I. I'm here. Hi. Yeah, obviously, we know the king of the box office. This is my son's toy. He went out to play and shit. But yeah, this little, pop it out. This little guy here, take a real good look at that, man. That is the king of the box office of this weekend, as was predicted. I think very few people, especially given how little advertising there was for this thing. It was actually, I don't know, man. It was quite disappointing how little advertising there was for Mufasa. Okay, technical difficulties. What the hell was that? Yo, hey man, I have to. Fuck. Please just pardon me, people, as I do this. Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, man. But anyway, the real news is, shit, that's actually taken a lot of time. The real news is for today that David Ayer is clapping back, man. He's tired of all these people talking shit, talking smack, talking out their neck. You know what I'm saying? He's tired, man. Let's get into the article, man. Like I've seen it a few times, but I didn't know what. I just saw like David Ayer news. He was trending basically, but I didn't know what was going on. That made him trend. So, okay. Hey, I don't know what's up with my settings today, but hey, man. Remove. I know it does like the worst. Yeah, man. Oh God, come on. Yeah, that feels right. That feels just about right. Yeah, man. Let's put a little king here. Okay, you rolled off. Anyway, this thing. Yeah, David Ayer be clapping back the fools. I pity the fool who try to question David, my support for James Gunn. That is basically what David Ayer is saying. And yeah, man, basically, okay, let's get into it. I'm just trying, I just have a few technical difficulties here, but just try and ignore that and just carry on with this article. Suicide Squad's David Ayer pushes back on backlash for supporting James Gunn's Superman. If supporting another filmmaker is so contentious, I'm just lost. And I actually meant to make a video about this because I don't know, man. We seem to be living in a day and age where anything negative basically sells, man. Like I'm a big football fan in America. They call it soccer, but like if someone says, I like this player, what, like the immediate, even if it's like in a studio setting, if it's in a studio setting where like they talking after the match or at halftime or before the match, like, yo, I really like this player because I think he's one of the best players of all time or one of the best players around. Automatically, the first thing that happens is that he gets compared to other players and what other players are doing, and he's not as good as he as you think he is. He's a one-trick pony. He does this, he does that. Like, and it's been the trend for a lot of things, man. Like, you know, there's Taylor Swift fans, but a lot of people, don't think Taylor Swift is as good as, a lot of people think, us her fans think that she is. So I don't know, man. We live in this time when negativity really is like is the breadwinner for a lot of people, man. It sells, and even if you're just trying to put something, a positive in the world, it usually gets stormed out because, people are negative. Like, I don't know, to be honest about myself, I don't know how James Gunn has stood this. He probably has thick skin by now. I mean, this is like his 5th superhero movie, his 5th huge studio film, 2nd time working with Warner Brothers. He's probably had to deal with some shit, man. He's probably had to deal with a lot that, a lot of people would never even have to think of dealing in their lives, especially most of the fans, people who support all this stuff that David Ayer's on, that James Gunn does. Because, for example, before the trailer even came out for the Superman movie, the executives were saying that they don't think the trailer is good enough. And that's because I'm betting that he only showed them the teaser trailer. They didn't know what it's about. No one knew what it's about, and they got scared, man. They're like, and they do have a track record of doing that. They do have a history of doing that, getting scared and making some bad decisions, altering these things, even though they are not creators, man. There are people who sit in the office and think about, will this look good? And if it doesn't blow their socks off, basically, it's like a thing where they feel that, no, this thing has to be changed or it's not going to work. Or if I don't understand it, how will a wider audience understand it? Not knowing that they are one bit of a whole, man. So, I don't know, man. I just feel that James Gunn to do what he did, it's amazing. And especially because of also the track record of the Superman movie itself. The track record of the Superman movie, yo, man, it's been bad, bro. I'm not gonna lie, the track record has been bad. The last one that came out before this one, okay, not Man of Steel, but before that, this thing, the Brandon Routh people, I think that was the time. Who's this director's name? He's one of my favorite directors, man. How could I forget his name? What's his name, man? From Superman Returns, who did the dude who did oh man, fuck, X-Men. Who's this dude? Bryan Singer. Shit, there we go. Yeah, when that movie flopped, a lot of people felt that the Superman idea was lost. I don't really think it really even flopped that much. I think it was just badly advertised, as has become the trend these days. That it was quite a rare thing for it to even happen back then. And this thing, basically, Zack Snyder resurrected it, albeit with a lot of criticism towards the idea, but a lot of people love Superman. I'm a big fan of Henry Cavill. Zack Snyder made Henry Cavill a star, bro. Like, there's no denying that he made Henry Cavill a star. So anyway, man, let's just get back to what David A is saying when he's just trying to support his fellow filmmaker, man. David A is pushing back on social media trolls after he expressed support for James Gunn's Superman and the DC universe he is creating. Days before Gunn dropped the Superman trailer, A had taken to social media to talk to his followers who have been organizing a campaign to release his cut of 2016 Suicide Squad. However, in solidarity with Gunn and the rollout of its DC projects like Creature Commandos and Superman, he asked his fans to hold off on the campaign. And to be honest, man, I think they should let it go. It's probably deleted by now. If he is that, David A is a great filmmaker, man. He's made movies with Will Smith. He's made The Suicide Gun. He made Bright. Like, he's an Academy Award nominated writer. He made Beekeeper, which deserves a sequel, the movie was so good. The movie, like, in an age where a lot of action films are flopping, it it came the closest to competing with John Wick, man, on a very small budget. Um, this thing, I don't know if that also just proves how much of a star Jason Statham is, but Jason Statham he's had some flops, so maybe it was just a dream collaboration which came at the right time for both David Ayer and Jason Statham. So yeah, man, I think just let it go. If you want to do a movie on Sergeant Rock, Jason Statham would be perfect. I don't know why they want to hire Luca Guadagnino, who is more of a, I don't know, man. His films are more like touchy-feely, emotional. And, David Ayer is more, even though Beekeeper was emotional, David Ayer is the action guy. He did Suicide Squad, man. I mean, come on. Anyway, I didn't realize James was dropping Creature Commandos when the last Ayer cut campaign hit. Ayer posted on X and the social media platform formerly known as Twitter on December 17th. The new Superman trailer is dropping soon, and I know there's intentions of another campaign from a version of Squad with a K, with a KW instead of a QU. He continued, as filmmakers, I want to support other filmmakers. As a filmmaker, I want to support other filmmakers. Okay, I just read that wrong because of the article. Anyway, I'm excited to see the trailer, and I've heard through the rumor mill, it's pretty incredible. It was good, man. It was really good. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the Superman thing. I'm especially hyped seeing that it's gonna be more of an ensemble film, which it's been James Gunn's wheelhouse, man. He's been making these ensemble films. Even if you look at the Peacemaker series, he made ensemble films. That's like an ensemble series basically, and he gave everyone a very fleshed out backstory. We know what everyone's about. I love it, man. Fuck it, I love Peacemaker. Suggested to his fans to steer far clear of Thursday for any campaigning, to not overshadow the Superman trailer release. I appreciate everyone hearing me out, and at the end of the day, I'm a tiger riding here. I'm riding a tiger here, just going in, heard on, what the hell? What is he talking about? I understand what he's trying to say is, he's on a beast basically, and it's tough. It could eat him alive, and this industry does that to some people, man. I'm not gonna lie. David Ayer on the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad, and it's coming, and something is going to be revealed. Okay. I thought, as I said, I thought it was deleted, man, and that he should move on from it. On December 18th, Ayer returned to X to address the backlash for supporting Gunn's DC universe. And he said, "My lord, supporting another filmmaker is so contentious. I'm just lost at this point. When I was a kid and I had a nightmare childhood. My best friends were comic books. They held me and gave me company when no one else did." He continued, "Batman spoke to my injured soul. Superman's optimism was an example of how to see the world without darkness." And I kind of feel it's a great sentiment, man. And I also feel that is what James Gunn is trying to, that's the overall message in this whole new thing, in the whole new Superman movie, and the DCU is trying to create. And basically, no, but still with the Superman, because the other Superman was very cynical. Yeah, it was very cynical, man. There was a lot of cynicism in that movie. And whereas this movie, I think it's about trying to find the light in the darkness, and just trying to work through it, man. If people don't like you, you have to like them, because I kind of feel he's trying to say that's your responsibility to be able to like people, even if they don't like you that much, and to be able to save anyone, not because you like them, but because they need saving, and that's just doing the right thing, and the right thing needed to be done. So yeah, man, I think that's James Gunn's message with this whole thing. Ayer doubled down supporting it. Okay, he says he can't wait to see James' trailer, and obviously we all saw it. It was good, and yeah, he says he can't be. How am I a bad guy? Am I a bad guy for liking the trailer, man? And he says, I do control what I can control, and I can't what I can't. Gonna step back from all this for the moment, And yeah, man, go back and focus on your thing, bro. Focus on D, keep it too. Yeah, man, goes further on to say that this movie is basically his biggest Hollywood heartbreak. What's this? That Suicide Squad is basically his Hollywood heartbreak. As we know, Suicide Squad was a 2016 film that was basically heavily edited because I said again, the people got cold feet. The Warner Brothers executives got cold feet. They panicked. They edited a version. They didn't give him final cut, and they didn't even give him the grace of what what producers would in that situation normally do, which is give the director, his original cut to be able to release on digital streaming and have the people be able to watch both versions and like whichever one you want to like. And I don't know, man. I liked Suicide Squad. You kind of see that a few things were missing, but overall I just liked it, man. I think it was a very cool movie. And yeah, that's it about David Ayer, man. Okay, oh sorry, people. I'm drinking this. I'm gonna be working out after this. I'm just drinking my pre-workout mix, you know what I'm saying? I have to fix the muscles, I have to bulk up. So pause all of that. Oh, sus. But anyway, man, we move. As I said, please smash the like, and yeah, man, tell your girl, tell your mother, tell your brother, call your whole crew, tell each other. The Tibbs is back making videos again. Yeah, man, the second article that I'm gonna be reading here is basically about, do this, move that over there. Yeah, man, this one is about Clayface, the second film. Not the second film, what the fuck am I talking about? It's basically one of the films that, one of the many films that James Gunn has been greenlighting, though he hasn't been greenlighting Static Shock, he hasn't been greenlighting, you know what, I've actually prepared a whole video for that, so I'm just going to drop the video. I'm not going to say when, because that gets me in trouble with myself. I tend to fuck it up. I tend to fuck up my own deadlines, so I don't want to do that anymore. But, I'm just going to have to edit the video here and there. I'm tired of these copyright things, so I'm just going to have to do that. But, let's get into the article. This article is basically about Clayface, man. It's been officially greenlit, and we obviously know this guy wrote it. He's been on the tear, one of the greatest filmmakers around. Oh, how can I say? He's been getting his props for his series and his writing, but I guess his movies, they're not getting the props they deserve. And yeah, man, I kind of feel this might be a good project for him. Who's this dude, man? Who's this bastard, man? Okay, I even forgot his name. Anyway, let me just read the article. 18 minutes, damn it. DC Studios has officially greenlit Clayface and confirmed several details about the newest DC Universe project, including a writer and a release date. DC Studios' decision to develop a solo Clayface project is also the latest example of how the studio intends to spotlight its most underutilized characters. Though we've seen Clayface. Okay, I don't think there's been a live action version of Clayface though. But, we'll move. Superman launches the rebooted cinematic franchise with its flagship character. Confirmed projects that spotlight lesser-known characters like Clayface, Booster Gold, and the Authority demonstrate DC Studios' intent to venture into unique directions that the DCEU has previously shied away from. Still, a solo Clayface project feels like a particularly bold step for the cinematic franchise. Clayface is best known as one of Batman's foremost villains, though his notoriety hardly measures up to the likes of Joker, whose most recent solo movie suffered a particularly controversial reception. However, Penguin's recent spin-offs series have been met with critical acclaim, helping to prove that there's an appetite for projects starring Batman's undeniably compelling rogues gallery. One rogue I would like to see personally is Azrael, man. I don't think I have a photo of his here. Let me check. No, why? Why did you have to do that? Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, man. The day that I actually upgrade my whole system will be the happiest day of my life, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Where the fuck is this thing? Oh, come on. Okay. Yeah, it's not a that thing, man. Yeah, it's not a that thing. Anyway, I just said I'd like to see Azrael. I think he should be played by a black person. You know, I think that would actually be quite cool. That would be quite cool. I know there's a film that's called Azrael that came out earlier this year, but you know, yeah, miss me with that ish, man. John Paul Valet. I mean, come on, bro. That's John Paul. He should be. You know, who could even play this guy? I'm gonna just throw it out there, man. Just throw it out there in the universe. Hopefully, someone hears it. Someone who could play this character. Would be Omar Sy. I know he's a comedian, does comedy stuff, and you know, a lot of people don't think he'd actually fit this role, but I think he would, man. I think he's sorry about that. I think he'd suit it down to the T. Yeah, man. I think Omar Sy would be a good role for Azrael. But let me just finish up this thing, man. DC's Clayface movie is confirmed. Anyway, DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn recently clarified that no DCU project, even those included in the unveiling of his DCU, is considered to be in production until DC Studios finally greenlights development. DC Studios' Paradise Lost series, for example, is yet to be considered in production, despite being announced as part of the DCU's intended release slate in January 2023, and this is not the case for Clayface. This is not the case with Clayface, as James Gunn took to X to confirm that the movie has been greenlit, with Mike Flanagan taking the lead on its story and script. And yeah, man, Mike Flanagan has been on a tear, and yeah, yeah, man, they're just basically confirming that it's set for release on September 11th, 2026, and they might want to change that date. But anyway, so wait, Mike Flanagan, who is a writer-director, is not directing this movie. They're searching for the director's movie. You know what? Miss me with this. Miss me with all of this, man. And obviously Clayface is gonna be, you know, they say it's gonna be like The Fly. I don't know if you've seen The Fly, dope movie. They say there's Fly Part 2. I'm gonna try and search and find out if that's true. Try to see it, you know, maybe drop a little sneaky review. But yeah, man. Also the next place where you're gonna see Clayface is Creature Commandos, which the next episode is coming out on Thursday. Yeah. Anyway, man. Yeah. Biggest news of the day is Superman. You know, as I said, the trailer dropped on Thursday. This is the biggest news of the day, man. Superman debuted, not the movie. The trailer debuted, and it, you know, they weren't talking. What I like about this is that they weren't talking about the numbers. They were just talking about how good the trailer was and how much people loved it. I can't remember the last time we got a trailer this hyped. I think the last time we got a trailer this hyped was for Avengers Endgame, basically. And yeah, man. Or Oppenheimer. You choose, man. Anyway, man. This article is talking about basically how James Gunn's Superman is making waves on the internet as the trailer of the film has garnered over 250 million views in barely 5 days. It's 5 days now. Shit, man. That's an amazing number of views, bro. According to DC Studios and a million social posts, according to DC Studio CEO, he shared the news on his X, formerly known as Twitter, profile. And the now CEO of DC Studios has directed Guardians of the Galaxy franchise for Marvel Studios previously. We know that he's known for the touch of humor in his films. So I kind of think that's what people were concerned with when they saw this. But I think my thing about James Gunn, okay, let me read this whole article before I get into mine. I think James Gunn is actually, you know, they should let him cook, man. James Gunn should be allowed to cook with this thing. In his post, Gunn expressed gratitude to everyone who watched the film's trailer, and at the time of writing, his post itself garnered 1.5 million views. It's because all of you, and thank you, we're incredibly grateful, and most of all, are excited to share this movie with you in July. And though the trailer was brilliant, some fans are still missing Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. Okay. So, criticism from one Twitter user out of the millions and billions of Twitter users. Is it safe to say most of us prefer Henry Cavill, but the inability for many to move on is crazy, and you know, he loves. And I think that's true, man. I think that's true. Okay, I'm not. Yeah, man. I think this just goes to show how hyped up for this movie people are. I don't know. Sometimes controversy is good. I like the fact that there was basically no dialogue in the trailer except for "Crypto Take Me Home," man, which it's like a big FU. Everybody was waiting for the trailer, but I think it was a big FU in terms of all the critics, man. They probably were expecting a lot, and all the doubters and disbelievers, they were probably expecting a lot of stuff to be able to pick on. And I think James Gunn gave them very little in that way, man. He gave them very little. And basically all the haters, they'll pick on the usual things, man, like costumes and whatnot. But I kind of feel, I have one question for you, man. Like, I barely remember the costumes in Guardians of the Galaxy. Barely remember the costumes in Suicide Squad. Barely remember the costumes in Avengers Infinity Wars, man. Sure, the Spider-Man one and Iron Man one were very cool, but I think that those were the exceptions, and nobody really cared for the costumes because those movies were so good, man. The movies were ridiculously good, and no one cared for the costumes, man. So the costume can be brilliant, the movie can suck. You know, Black Adam, the costumes were good. But what I tell you that Black Adam did not do is, yeah, it did not it did not rule the box office, man. It did not hit people in the heart. It did not, you know, make the sea change in the DC that it was trying to make. So, yeah, it basically got The Rock cancelled for a minute. It got James Gunn hired, man. A guy who's not known for his good costumes, but known for his good storytelling. So I don't know what people want, basically, in this day and age. They want perfection, and that does not exist, man. And that is not what we do here. We are real, really real. Okay. Technical difficulties again. But yeah, That's it. That's almost it for today, people. But there is something that I want to. Oh, come on. Okay, man. Oh, please forgive technical difficulties. I'm really trying to get into this thing, but what? Okay, man. Yeah, technical difficulties. And I probably won't be able to fix it. Though I'm trying. Anyway, man, you know what? I'm just gonna power through it. I'm trying to get the images up for the box office thing. But yeah, this is what I usually like to end on a Monday with, man. It's basically the weekend's box office. You know, I like to look at it internationally, and obviously the American box office rules the roost. So that's what I look at, man. That's what I refer to. And basically in 10th place is Red One. Yes, man, Red One has made $416,000, which is like minus 90% of what it made last week. So which is probably like what it made, probably $1 million last week. And yeah, it's just rough for Dwayne Johnson right now. But you know what? It's not actually rough for Dwayne Johnson right now. This movie is rough for him. But Moana, or let's say Disney saved him basically with Moana, man. Moana's breaking off box office records. And yeah, but let's focus on this. Red One basically made 94 million in America, made 86 million internationally for a 180 million cum off of a $275 million budget, which is a mad loss. You can probably pop another 150 or 200 million in advertising costs, which makes it a really bad loss for Amazon, man. MGM. And yeah, hey. But you know, he's bouncing back with Moana too, and obviously the live action Moana that's filming right now. And number 9, we have the best Christmas pageant ever. I wish I had the images to show you, but I don't. But yeah, man, this weekend, this movie it's hung on way much better than Heretic. I can't even see Heretic, because Heretic was the one that we were all talking about. It's a very excellent film, but obviously I guess this is a good movie which wins out because of its holiday themes. And yeah, it made $825,000 this past weekend, and I think it was made for $10 million, I remember. And it's only been released in America, and it's made $38 million. And I think that's Canada with $200,000. But yeah, man, that's it. At number 8, and it's fallen like 3 places, is The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. Oh, I botched that. It made 1.27 million this past weekend, and it made 1.27 million this past weekend for a total gross of $7 million in America, $8 million internationally for $15 million, which also makes it a very, not that big of a flop because it had a $30 million budget, but it fucked up. And yeah, we know they only did this because they had to make a movie in order to keep the rights to The Lord of the Rings. I don't think the series helped. I don't think that was in the contract, so I think they really had to make a movie to be able to keep the rights. And at number 7 is another flop. Yo, we got some flops this year. What's going on, bro? Yo, this could be the end of cinema, but I hope it's not. Because, sorry about that, because a lot of the, unheralded movies, like the best Christmas pageant ever, like Heretic, a lot of these smaller movies are really fighting, man. They bringing people back to the theaters. So at number 7, all the way all the way down from number 3 at a 71% drop, is Kraven the Hunter, which made $3 million this past weekend for a $17 million domestic cue, $25 million international cue, for a $42 million worldwide cue, which is, oh man, which is bad. I think it had like what, 100 million or 140 million budget, which is bad, man. It's very bad. I think they're gonna release it soon on digital, and they're probably gonna hope that because it's a very fun movie that it wins out on for people who are gonna be watching this at home. And number 6, a film that really doesn't have any problem making the money. I don't think it really made as much as it should have, but it made dough. This past weekend, coming in at number 6 is Gladiator 2. Denzel, roll back the years, and a lot of people say he's going to be nominated for this. It made $4.1 million this past weekend, and that gives it a domestic gross in America of $153 million, an international gross of $252, with a worldwide gross of $406 million, man. And yeah, it made bank. I still don't think the aim with that was to make as much money as possible. The aim was basically just to give that film, just to bring that film to life, which a lot of people have actually just forgotten these days. I don't feel like it was a cash grab, to be honest, man. At number 6, at number what? At number 5, Homestead debuts with $6.6 million. And yeah, I've little to no knowledge of this movie. I just see that Michael Dougherty is starring in it, and yeah, I don't know anything about it, man. It's apparently an action drama. It looks like one of those movies, a guy just living on his farm. I'm gonna guess a relative comes by, they're in trouble, or they just come by and visit, but they're actually in trouble, and he has to defend, his whole his homestead, his farm. And yeah, man, a film that has dropped 3 places from number 1, which is mad because it held on for like weeks at number 1, is Moana 2, man. Moana 2 made $13 million this past weekend. Whoa, oh man, the grosses are mind-boggling. Disney must be happy as a motherfucker with this. Sorry, pardon my language. Moana 2 made $13 million this past weekend for a domestic gross of $359 million, an international gross of $431 million, for a worldwide cue of $790 million. And the way it's moving, I would not be surprised. Okay, besides it, Sonic the Hedgehog, I would not be surprised if this movie cracked the $1 billion mark. Because I'm just gonna guess that it still has a few international markets to open to, and yeah. Sorry about that, people. A film that came in at number 3 this weekend is Wicked with $13.5 million in its 5th weekend. It's got a domestic cue of $383 million, an international cue of $187 million, and a worldwide cue of $571 million. And off like a budget, I think his budget was like $150. That's a very good cue, man. That's a very good take. Some movies for $150 million only managed to get like $40 million, but hey, we're not gonna mention names here, man. That's not what we do here. At number 2, obviously, it was supposed to be The King, but another person was the king this weekend. So unfortunately, The King is dead. Because Mufasa is dead. If you watch the first Lion King, Mufasa the Lion King came in at number 2, man, in its debut weekend with $35 million. I was expecting much better, man. but I haven't seen this film. I also haven't really been hearing much news about it. I probably will be doing some research. I probably should watch it sometime this week. But this film has made $35 million in its in its opening weekend in America. It's made $87 million internationally for a worldwide cume of $122 million. I don't know what the budget for this film was. I know very little about it, but I expected more either way. I expected much more. But hey man, it is what it is. And I just want to see what the budget is before I wrap things up quite nicely. Oh man, it had a $200 million budget. But at least it made 120 something. 120, yeah, it made 122 in its opening weekend. It'll probably make the money back, man. A film that rules the roost, that I enjoyed very much. I should make a video about it. So I don't know why. I don't know, man. Like I kind of watched this with rose-tinted glasses. I kind of felt that I wouldn't be impartial about it, but I might just try and attempt to make a video about it. Is Sonic the Hedgehog 3, man. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is the third installment in the Sonic series, and with the addition of Keanu Reeves to this very cast, which I kind of feel it's better than the first two movies, man. It is much better than the first two movies, and the first two movies are really good, and the budget is only $122 million. Hey man, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 debuts in America with $62 million, almost twice that of Mufasa. And hey, I kind of feel that they made Mufasa too grown. They could have made Mufasa more appealing to kids. It would have worked out better. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's been released to very few international markets, because Sonic is, the fact that it's a Japanese character. So yeah, Sonic is Japanese. Let me just be sure. Is Sonic Japanese? Where was Sonic created? Yeah, Sonic is Japanese, man. So for the fact that it's released, I know it's an American film, but I kind of thought this would be a perfect time, week before Christmas, release it internationally, make as much money as you can before the holiday season. And I know that this season, a lot of people start their holidays in some markets, and if they release it this weekend, they would rush to the theaters because it hasn't been there for a while. But still, man, I kind of think that's what they should have done, because it's only made like $1.3 million internationally for a worldwide cume of $63 million. But I'm guessing it was released in very few markets, man. Let me see. I'm guessing it was released in very few markets. Yo, it was only released in New Zealand, man. Shit. Anyway, man, yeah, that's it for me for today. Sonic the Hedgehog rules the roost, and yeah, man, that's it. Sonic the Hedgehog 3, go watch it, but if you wanna support Mufasa the Lion King, I kind of think it has more adult themes to it. If that's your cup of tea, do that. If you wanna support Dwayne Johnson, if your kid likes seeing more people like yourself and you're a black person, go see one or two. But with all of that being said, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your holiday, enjoy your day, be good to yourself, be good to your family, love yourself, take care of yourself, eat well, dress well, do everything that makes you feel good, and that's healthy as well, because not everything that makes us feel good is healthy. But man, yeah, keep your spirits up. I hope everything pans out for you. Wish you the best of luck. Please like and subscribe. As I said, tell your mother, call your whole crew, tell each other that Tibbs is here on PTM Productions. Yes, this is my channel, and I might open a new one just to try and gain some traction. But thanks to all of my subscribers, man. I started with 467. A guy who'd been doing this for a very long time told me to keep going. And yeah, I'm back. But yeah, man, enjoy your day.